ahead with show. Hi, Dani B. It's great to have you on the show. I've had a lot of good things. I'm curious, and I'm sure everyone else is curious. Who you are, who are you as a person, as a musician? So please, let's get into it.
Okay, Dani B, as you've known for quite some time. Yeah, rap music is my thing. Been doing music for quite some time. I grew up in it, much as it was kind of illegal where I'm from, but I grew up in it, and it's what majorly describes me. I have these other things I do to keep the income flowing, the chauffeur business and all that.
So, like, what made you think that music was kind of illegal?
I might need to park this car for that, but anyways, I'll just give you the brief highlights. Well, in Africa generally, not only in Africa, but all over the world, growing up when doing music or wanting to do music with a passion, it's usually not supported by so many parents. I mean, it was way back, but I can still talk about it because those are the tough moments that actually introduced me to the real world and introduced me to the challenges I'm going to be facing as an artist. There's going to be a lot of negative forces against what I'm doing, but I have to keep it pushing. So I grew up in a family where there were scientists and business people, which is not bad, it's good. I mean, I personally am doing this business, so I'm not against any of that. But doing music was seen as something new, something rare, something out of the box, from where I'm from. So that's why I use the word illegal, but we make it work. Just because somebody else is going to tell you that you can't do it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. And
that's right.
Feel like it's what you're good at and what you can do.
So how old were you when you ventured into music?
Okay, growing up in the Ugandan education system, that's around P5. I used to mime a lot of these rap artists' music. Not only rap, but generally even R&B. I used to sing a lot, to other people's music, and I would really feel it when I'm singing up to my soul. Then around Form 2, that is secondary school. That was around 14 years. That's when I first went onto stage, and I developed a love for the thing, and I took it up from that point forward. That's when I started the composing, and, all the ambition, and the visions and everything like that.
Of all music genres, why did you choose hip hop? Why is hip hop your main?
Oh, actually, I actually listen to all kinds of music, but there's a way when I'd rap hip hop music. First of all, it's self-empowering in itself. It has that richness, that characteristic about it that many people actually don't pick so easily. But if you're gifted, you can pick it. And so hip hop is self-empowering. Now, with all those tough times I was going through while growing up, whenever I'd throw on a verse, one of Eminem's verses or one of Jay-Z's verses, I would really feel it, and I'm like, this has gotten me back up on my feet. So that's why I actually pursued hip hop specifically, so that I could do that for the coming generation and to keep that flame burning.
How many projects do you have so far, and can we expect any new music anytime soon?
Okay, as soon as I left secondary, I started recording. I started working, with those small savings that I used to starve myself for. I did an album. I didn't drop it immediately, but I did an album, and it consists of 13 audios, 13 audio tracks. That was about I started recording it around May, 2017, and I dropped it officially in 2021 November.
Oh,
That is when I actually dropped the first album, the 13 tracks. Those were audios. Then in 2022 I started the projects to do with videos, and I was, giving that first album the title Bond Extinction, some beef to it with these videos.
that's cool.
Yeah. The second album also in the recording, in the making, that is from 2022. Hopefully it will be dropping within the year of 2023, 2024.
So, have you had any performances, and where have you performed before? Where have you performed before?
Of course, as my first performance, that was in high school. Of course, this was not standard, because by then, we're just miming the songs of other people. But then after I started composing, then I took them to studio and recorded them. Then I started, looking for different performances. I have my guy there, he's a promoter, he's at Boyogere. We started from there, we started some good years back, about 3 years back. We were doing performances in Boyogere, in Nansana, about twice a week, You spend the night awake, as during the day you also work with, the chauffeur business. So as time went on, the performances kept on increasing. Of course, we're still doing more performances. So that is how I picked up with performances, and as time goes on, it becomes a necessary skill.
Yeah.
Something you upgrade, and you don't just record and sit on the stuff.
Yeah.
So that is the history of performances, and we're still doing more. Still get more contacts and go to different clubs, different hotels, different functions, and even actually some TV stations where we can actually perform and keep the music, being heard at different stages from different parts of the country. Yeah, that is only for Uganda so far.
The Headway Show.
So performances, I started doing performances when I was in senior 2.
Wow.
Those were stage performances. You get up on the stage and you throw a few verses, but of course it's not my music, miming, but still it is an important step when you're developing the skill of doing stage performances.
Yeah.
Then after that time when I wrote my first album, and I had the audios available, that's when I started getting connected with different clubs and performance places.
Do you have anyone helping you out? Promoters, producers, anyone that's really helping you out?
Now, doing this music, when you're starting the journey, when I was starting the journey anyway, usually you have to start it with yourself, your inspiration, your drive, and your motivation. And then from there, you begin to pick up teams and pick different people one by one who actually believe in what you do and who can support what you do.
Yeah,
so far, the finances are on me, but I have some good friends. It's a teamwork, because even producing the videos, you can't shoot a video alone. So there's been team effort. I started out with solo records alone, producer Raki there, and then we got different artists coming in to believe in the vision I had, in what I'm doing. We have artists like Mosen, we have Sanaboy Africa, we have Issa the promoter from Boyogere, and so many more coming to actually support the idea and
cool.
To keep it moving.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
The Headway Show.
Alright, so where can we find your music? To us, like the people who want to listen to it, where can we find it?
Okay, this music is available online. It's available on actually all media stores. The first album, that is, the 13 songs, are available on Yuga Music Biz, DJ Ericom is a Ugandan website. Then worldwide, we have them on Apple stores, Spotify, and even a few videos on YouTube. There are 2 videos so far, and there are more coming on YouTube. So this music, this album is action-packed. The entire album is there. 13 audio songs.
We'll check it out.
Beautiful tracks from Stellar Records. We have vocalists featured there like Shalom, Kao Katende, and many more coming in the singles and in the second album. Yeah, so for now, enjoy this first album. You can find it anywhere. You can Google it. You can find it on YouTube, Yuga Music Biz, the Ericom, Spotify, Apple, all those stores, mega stores.
Okay.
Yeah. basically hip hop and R&B. Trust me, you're gonna love it. Just make sure to subscribe, like, and share this music.
Okay, we'll check it out.
Leave me to walk. I don't need food, give it to the weak and leave me to run. I don't need you or anybody else to lift. As my feet are leaving the ground and the tears choking my lungs, this cave is collapsing. I molded the pain into wings, flames from inside, replacing my eyes. I'm screaming it out as I fly through this hidden contraption that nobody sees. Bringing down everything ways in here when I'm screaming at the walls.
No Emotion is just, it's a song after the fight, If, when I was composing this track, I composed it during a time when it was after some rough, emotions were clouding my judgment after a breakup. You can't think really clearly at that moment. But then, instead of waiting for the emotion to wear off, you just decide that there's actually no emotion. There's actually nothing you're feeling, and I've been watching too many movies, I don't know, but there's a way when you have less emotion as a human being, you're able to function faster, you're able to function more efficiently, and so when you decide to strip yourselves of those emotions, then you'll be able to do anything you put your mind to. That was the point of this track, actually. Beautiful one. Solo Records as well, coming in.
Solo Records. Ladies and gentlemen, Dani B. I'm feeling nothing at all. Yeah. Oh, let's go. No emotion, 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 no emotion. It's about this rage. Everything I do is little bit of rage. People looking like I'm not from this age. I'ma shoot you in the head and sleep like a baby after you're dead. Bought jam in the Porsche car. It's all I'm thinking when you blabber when I bought her. I'm feeling heat, so I'm sipping on the water. It's getting hot, a nigga grab me a vodka. Typically at the top of an iceberg, joking off till it gets even nicer. Walking by and it's giving me a heiser. But enough with the rhymes. There's a guy in the street that I'll slap you silly in the face if you're looking at him funny. He's over mad and he talks funny and he just died. Let me finish. Died, he's there. It looks so rare. Don't dare me.
I'm guessing by this time you're all curious, so can you give us an acapella? Can we hear what your music sounds like?
Okay.
The Headway Show.
Where would you look at the time? Funny how it fly. Who wanna shine right before they die? Giving they all and expecting the worst and living no edges here with the wickedest rhymes. Sipping martinis that are shaking, not stirred. Dropping them albums on a freaking daily basis and receiving the words in your freaking daydreams. And you wake up and realize that you're only 15. Riggedy snap tapping his back in the strap flop. Who wanna tap back so the guy in the flat drop? Becoming a vague with any goddamn meaning and he knows it's so he goddamn means it by any means. I'm getting the meaner with my let's get this show on the road now.
Formally, I will introduce myself, but first I gotta make time for the beat. I don't wanna see the credits roll up, ain't got the time for that. Straight to the business, I'm keeping track of the records that I make and I break. People hoping that could be the breaks to stop me, but I'm on a fast lane and I'll show you. This I can show you, I'm never even stepping on the brakes. I'm vacation every day, Saturday. Never showing you how I do the shit on a Monday. I'ma put the pieces of the puzzle in the priority. I could do this all day, including the next day. Producing the division of the games and what's next. If I you, I'll be scared of the moves I make next. Anything I say I do affects you in your sleep. Most of it is written on your face and you hear this. And proudly, the project's never be completed, proud of it. The project will never be completed, handled it. I see you looking at me like you're having third thoughts. I'm busy eating my schedule with a beat stressed. And when they cover your charge, you're waiting the recess.
It's from the rate at which I'm falling. It's from the rate at which I'm falling. It's made me angry. It's from the way that she's moving. It's made me angry. It's from the abundance in my system. It's made me angry.
Made me what?
Made me angry.
Made me angry.
Made me angry. It's from the way that which I'm falling. It's made me angry. It's from the way that she's moving. It's made me angry. It's from the abundance in my system. It's made me angry.
The bond extinction.
With the top of a building that's been sealed in, dropping up on the back because I've been wielding my sword to myself in aggressive ways. When I find a couple minutes to be punching, I wanna be stopped in the most seconds because I couldn't get a good rhyme to finish your start when your art sucks. And everybody that you love hates you when they be hoping to drop dead in the middle. You're still in never moving progress. I can't see, I did not see the shit coming. Could've guessed what you did, but away from a mile away. I won't tell you what it is though. Time is against me, the crowd is against me. I'm afraid of going up because the gravity is against me. The worst is against me. Worst got expressed me, I'm joking as I say to myself.
It's from the way that which I'm falling. It's made me angry. It's from the way that she's moving. It's made me angry. It's from the abundance in my system. It's made me angry. Made me angry. Made me angry. It's from the way that which I'm falling. It's made me angry. It's from the way that she's moving. It's made me angry. It's from on up and I see my same stance. Made me angry, made me angry, made me
No
angry.
time for your feeble minds when I quickly slide. I do this on both sides, so it tries. I quite feel like I'm not trying to get what I'm saying, so enough is enough. I was born in a fire, raised in anger, lived in a pain and died in a, gonna die in a, when I die in a, making sure that you feel like those words when I die in a, coming out of the same spot, looking more maniacal and having a bigger fucking situation to handle. Need some medical addition for my jugular. Shit is getting new to having a spatula to flip over the burn so that my medulla. I never did what you said, but still in my case, and it makes me angrier. We talk about the good times and whatnot. Victims of my sanity of mind.
What is caged music? So when someone listens to that song, they don't really hear the word caged. So what is the reason behind it? Like, what is caged music? Can you give us an explanation?
Caged music, ladies and gentlemen. See what's going on behind my own consciousness.
This is the part of an untold story.
Part that you never see in magazines. All the scenes that I say I'm seeing. Time for me to go behind the scenes. All of the tracks that you heard in my album are telling you some part of how I feel. But none of the tracks that you heard in my album are telling you how this all came to be. Thank you God for the time done, even though I never done crime. Yeah, this is caged music coming in from the Born Extinction as well. It's one of the 13 tracks available. Solo Records as well. Dani B featuring Carl Katembe. Yeah, another beautiful one. Now the caged music. Caged music is a title I came up with to describe actually the song. You know, most people are going to look for you whereas the word caged music in the chorus and the lyrics. I'm not hearing like I'm playing in the dark. But caged music describes the feeling this song came from. Especially for those, it's like a shout out for those, you know, upcoming artists. When you're doing this music, you need to focus on making it good. You need to focus on, you know, making it perfect and making it undoubtable. You know, making it meet the standards. That was the communication for this track. Don't focus so much on the disappointment you get when you're struggling to come up, because no matter the struggle, if your music is good, it is good and it has met the standards. Period. Nobody's gonna be able to doubt that. But at the same time, it's gonna be caged, but it's still lovable. Yeah, so that's caged music for you.
The Headway Show.
It's time to go behind my own conscience. See what's going on behind my own consciousness.
This is the part of an untold story, part that you never see in magazines. All the scenes that they say I've seen. Time for me to go behind the scenes. All of the tracks that you heard on my album are telling you some part of how I feel. But none of the tracks that you heard on my album are telling you how this all came to build. Thank you God for the time done, even though I never done crime. Somehow the pain motivating me to keep on controlling this caged music. Even though I sing and no one can hear me, it's not gonna stop me investing in speakers and jumping on set just to grab that mic. You should show these people that I got that vibe. You forgot that time when the stuff there landed. Everybody celebrated, why stop now? Who you think you're fooling? What's so amusing by monetizing the industry music? Never thought I'd be the one to say this, but your people, I say you forgot why you do it. Telling me the same thing over and over. I hear you, but it just has nothing to do with the.
Gotta keep my head in the game even when it feels like I'm playing in the dark. Gotta pray you keep me going, hold me up so I can see the light.
How to survive, working so hard that you dedicate all of your life to how to survive. You ain't had a second to sit back and think about all the times you would've died when there was no you and no why. And now that I'm celebrating, they can't think about they house and the wise. Try to redeem it when you win, even when it's when the light was demon and the demon seeming to be taking me in. All the congregation got around here, all the navigation got me down here. Overloading every single time sphere, overspending every single dime here. But I can't now cause there's no more checks and there's no more bets and there's no more debts and there's no more career changing time votes that I go through in this power time. Tick tock boom cause of dynamite. Try to stop you when the time is right. What am I gonna do when it's time and now? When y'all catch me down and say they ain't gonna make it, but I stood tall and said screw you all. I go hard and I beat, so I'ma sing this song.
Gotta keep my head.
So, what's your message to the youth? As a youth yourself, like, it doesn't have to be about music, just can be about anything. What message do you have for them?
The Headway Show.
First of all, as a youth, you need to establish your standing. You need to establish who you are before you venture into anything. Establish who you are, what you're capable of, and then build from the ground up on that. It is important to have that foundation of who you are. In that, no matter what step you reach, no matter how tough it's gonna get, once you have your foundation, you're not gonna be shaken that easily. So to my fellow youth, please start from there and make sure that you come in with the force, with everything you've got, because this is one life you've got. You've got to make it count. Yeah. just keep at it.
So, like, can we have your take on social networking, investing in social capital? What's your take on that?
Of course, there are going to be challenges. I'm speaking to all my, my introverts, extroverts, and ambiverts out there. It's good to invest in your social life. Yeah, because you never know who out there is going to be interested in what you're doing. Don't stick to a certain circle. Yeah, keep it out there, especially depending on not even depending, any career that you decide to pursue or any profession, as young people, because these connections are important in the future, and it is good to have networks of people that you can relate to, that you can talk to about issues.
Yeah.
Many of us didn't have that chance. I personally, growing up, didn't have a big network of people, and especially coming from people who are not even who consider music to be something out of the ordinary, something
something
unusual, but in
extraordinary.
a negative way, but that doesn't stop you from putting it out there, putting yourself out there and what you can do.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it is important. It's actually very important to invest in the social networking and the social bit of it. Yeah, but keep it professional, and keep it locked, keep it focused. Don't lose your focus on that.
Definitely. So universally, everywhere in the world, most people believe that musicians are alcoholics or drug addicts. So is music powered by alcohol or drugs? Like, does music drive you to that direction, or is it a choice?
First of all, drugs were invented for a certain use. There's no drug that just appeared on us to destroy it, unless you're talking about mad scientists. So, considering that they were invented for a specific use, I'm not going to tell you that they're entirely bad. Now, first of all, they're not the reason behind music.
Okay.
When I was growing up, my parents used to think that once you join music, you automatically going to start doing drugs.
Yeah, most parents
They
do.
even if they wouldn't even care if I was doing gospel. What their focus was on is that the guy is going to do music and he's going to get messed up from there. But that's not always the case. And it's not the power behind anything. Drugs are meant as prescriptions. Prescriptions specifically for individuals who are having challenges. But they're not the power behind anything. Okay? So, the users, first of all, must be allowed to use them. You must allow yourself to use a certain drug, but not let it overpower you. The only reason a youth would actually would abuse the use of a drug is when he's going through something, and usually, in most cases, that something starts at home. The same way charity begins.
Yeah.
Most of those things.
Yeah.
I want parents to get this out of their minds, that when your kid is going to venture into something, be it music or be it anything else that is unusual, don't think it automatic that this kid is going to start doing drugs. No. Simply lend them a hand and watch how they do it.
Yeah.
But most parents try to go against it, and then you're going to actually push your kid into that very ditch you've been trying to prevent them from going into. There's a lot I can talk about when it comes to that, but I'll leave you with that.
Okay.
Music comes from the heart. Nowhere else. No drugs, nothing like that. It comes from the heart, from the mind, the soul, and all those connect and form the music.
Show.